Fine, we're just gonna record a bunch of shit.
Alright, well, we're recording a bunch of shit.
Patrick, are we recording right now?
Episode number 1, welcome to the WJPE.
Patrick, are we
As
recording
always.
yet? Are we recording? Are we recording?
Yes, we're recording.
Sweet,
Episode number 1.
Sweet. Alright,
And
I'll drink to that.
we will always release an unfiltered episode of no editing whatsoever in one episode.
I thought we already did the intro.
Yeah, well, the intro gets edited, and so do the clips, but we also release one full raw recording. So they see all of our fuck-ups, and it's funny, because we're fucking drunk.
I'm not drunk yet, but we're gonna get there really quickly tonight.
Yep. Well, I'm drinking on Amstel Light tonight, and
As always, and will always be.
not always. You're gonna mix it up every now and then.
I don't know. It's always gonna be Captain and Coke, Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola, not Pepsi.
I gotta work my tolerance back up, but I'll
Not
get there.
Sailor Jerry.
Sailor Jerry's isn't that bad. So,
You know what? I used to drink Sailor Jerry when I was broke.
good poor man's spiced rum.
Okay.
But that Captain
I'm
Morgan
not
private
broke
stock.
to where I can't afford Sailor Jerry. I mean, I'm broke, but fucking I can at least afford to handle a captain every week.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
But we keep making videos like this. I might like be having a handle every couple of days. You don't get a choice where your tax dollars go. Unfortunately, the way things are right now. Hopefully, with the way things are going, and maybe down the road, if enough Americans stand up and do what a lot of Americans are doing right now, waking up to what's going on, that we will have a choice where our tax dollars go to. But
I do have a feeling that a lot of these people that are claiming to wake up, though, they're starting to protest in an inappropriate manner. Like, there's just protests going on for, like, absolutely absurd reasons right now. You see that?
I'm breaking. It is broken.
At the very, very base
Yeah,
of it.
it's not the people that are waking up that are protesting. It's the idiots that.
But I don't have a problem with people waking up. It's just they're protesting for the wrong reasons. Like, these people are just pushing complete bullshit because they're caught up.
Those aren't the people that are waking up, Patrick.
Correct. They're the sheeple. They're feeding into the non-stop mainstream.
Those are the Democrats. Those are the far left.
They can't-
Those are the psychos.
I'm not even going to label them as Democrats. I'm just going to say the confused people.
No, they're the Democrats. That's the
Well,
far left.
You're right, but
The people that are waking up and the
There-
people,
there is
people that
still
are waking
people
up
that are-
aren't. You can't even sit there and say, "Oh well, I'm realizing what's going on in the world, so I'm a Republican." That's not how it is. People are waking up and realizing that it's not really about Democrat or Republican or whatever. It's about the fucking real world. But the Democrats, that's not the way they are. They're just, I'm a Democrat. I'm fucking controlled. We have an agenda. I'm a globalist. I'm a dumbass.
well, I'm not going to call all Democrats globalists because some of them just aren't filled in completely all the way, and they are confused by the multiple different sources of media nowadays that they're able to get their information from. Mainly being the one.
I can't
on TV.
argue that because I really don't have.
Speaking of media shit, did you see that Trump wants to start the Space Force? I was kind of irritated about the name of it. What do you think? I was thinking like Starfleet 1, like Star Trek or something.
You serious?
Why not?
What's wrong with Space Force?
Space Force sounds like he's copying the name of the Air Force.
It's kind of what it goes along with.
Well, the way you worded it, yes.
Okay, so you got the Air Force. Then the next step up would be the Space Force. That's not a bad name.
Yeah, I mean,
The only question is, what's he trying to really accomplish with it? Is he really trying to start a Space Force? Or is he playing one of his...
trying to get information of the top secret things that he doesn't have access to, apparently. That
Exactly.
way
Is
he's
he
able
trying
to
to
start
figure out
releasing
what's really
information.
going on without
It's true.
people
multiple
understanding
ways.
that?
But
And I know that you don't want me to say this, but there has been interviews, there has been times in the past where Trump has said that the world is flat. So is he just trying to get the answers to everything, or find out where our money is going
I'm sorry.
You can laugh all you want. That's what we're here for.
It's not me, it's this guy. Right here.
No. Thanks for reminding me.
Man, I haven't drinking in 2 years. You guys got me drinking it every time we record.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think, honestly, in my opinion is he's just going to,
I think it's
throw
just
it
an
out there.
information thing. He's doing it as a tactic.
Exactly, a tactic to find out what's really going on.
Because, I mean, if he gets it out there in mainstream and everything, he's able to get them talking about it and everybody's...
Well, that way, he assigns whoever it was, whatever dude it was in the military, start heading it up.
As a general or something.
Yeah, I don't fucking know that much. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. So that dude starts looking into it and starts going, what are we gonna do? What's going on? Then they're gonna start finding the answers to maybe blackball projects.
Yeah, because probably that general doesn't even know. He's gonna be
general
the one,
might know,
but
this is a great excuse to come up with the answers of what's really going on.
Sure.
In a legit way that they can start sharing this shit with the American people that been being covered up and lied to about. But who knows? That's just my opinion.
It's true.
That'd be fucking awesome.
We would have an idea of what's really going on in the world. I mean, kind of ridiculous.
I mean, let's just say, like you like to think, we already have a space military. Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
I hope we don't, because if we do, it's been completely black ops. And if I'm not mistaken, I hate to name drop the name of an operation, but Project Solar Warden, supposedly they've already got a bunch of shit already floating around.
But would you really hate it if we did? Because you just said I would hate that it'll be. But you already know that they lie about so much shit to us.
I would like to see us become a multi-planet species. That would be cool as shit, to be honest. Like,
why? Why would it be cool?
It's highly beneficial. I mean, we'd be able to expand our knowledge in multiple different directions. I mean, if we able to cultivate on the moon and start drilling for helium-3, which is an awesome rocket fuel kind of source, that would change the way our technology is going into propulsion.
Yeah, but see, I don't understand that.
Well, the technology where we're sitting, we don't have the power to travel super far, super fast yet.
How do you know?
I mean, we don't know.
Exactly, you don't fucking know, but
like Trump said, looking into hypersound transportation or something.
Yeah.
I don't quote me on that. That's kind of...
I don't know, but what's wrong with fixing where we live?
It's true. It's like what were we talking about the other day? The natural natural renewable resources for energy.
Oh, free energy?
For like solar panels or wind generators, how people are being taxed out the ass for going off the grid kind of deal.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. How can you get taxed off the grid if you're taxed for being off the grid? If you're off the grid, it means you're off the grid. You're not getting fucking taxed.
Yeah, you're not paying them for energy anymore, but you're actually producing your own energy.
How is that criminal? How is that criminal?
Makes no sense to me. I'm on the same page as you with that one.
I mean, there's free energy out there. There's fucking magnetic energy. There's I'm not going to say technology because literally it's basic mechanics to make some of this energy.
It's true. Simple as using our wind or our sun. But you get to a certain point where it's like you can't cover our entire planet with solar panels because you're actually going to change the environment itself. The environment's going to adapt to that, and we don't know what the characteristics of
solar panels change the environment.
Because it would mean, think about it, if you covered the entire planet with solar
panels.
Why
would you cover the entire planet with solar panels? You can't cover the oceans with solar panels.
Let's say 50% of the land masses on the planet.
Why would you need to cover that much?
Well, there's a lot of people here, and there's always going to be more people than the current time.
Solar energy isn't the only free energy. It's technically not even really free. Well, it is. Okay, I'm sorry. It is. Solar energy is free.
It's free, but it's taxed like bullshit. Nobody likes that.
And you can take a couple generators, from what I've seen, car generators,
alternators. car alternators. They're wired properly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna explain it because I'm fucking drinking, but yeah, you take a couple car alternators and power half of your house, literally.
I gotcha.
Once you get fucking one running, fucking plug it into itself, and they just fucking keep going. I've seen it.
Deal?
How is that illegal? I don't get it.
It's like that one dude with the wind generator. How they got him was he built, he actually poured a concrete slab that was connected to the foundation of his house. I don't remember the exact dimensions of it, but the pole that he used for his wind generator was mounted in that slab, and he was acquiring free energy from the wind. He had a crazy turbine. He was an engineer, and he created this entire wind generator, completely separated himself from the grid. And as soon as he took himself off of all payments through, I don't know what he was using, FPL would be what we use in Florida, but once he cancels his payments to them,
you say the power company.
Yeah, the power
company.
But once he canceled his payments to the power company, that's when he basically became on the radar, and they just started coming up with ways to. I think he ended up in jail, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, lots of people have ended up in jail.
Yeah, but they threw him in jail, and they had him a weekly fine on there for his. They said the tower had to be removed, and he was in jail, so he wasn't able to remove it. And it was only his wife at the house, and she wasn't capable of the electrical engineering aspect of disabling all that.
Just fucking plow it over with your vehicle if you have to.
All scam kind of deal. But that's how they got him, was because he attached it to the foundation, and his original blueprints didn't match up. And they basically said, I don't know if it was he falsified the blueprints or some way they got him.
Oh, it doesn't matter. When there's a problem, most of the time they give you a certain amount of time to fix the problem. You don't go directly to jail. But you've got other people that, that come out with free energy or figure things out and they try to share it with the public. They end up in jail and dead too. It's all a scam.
I just feel like in this day and age we shouldn't still be burning. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my muscle cars and shit like that, but burning fossil fuels for our energy purposes doesn't really make any sense anymore. I mean, there's so many different ways we can be getting our energy.
I agree.
Pancakes.
You can't take my fossil fuel vehicle away from me.
That's what I'm saying. I like my V8s. And, well, I mean, I drive a 4-cylinder turbo right now, but it's fun.
I mean, but even with that, you go ahead and you start like, your homes, your businesses can all be run off of free energy, and you can be conserving your fossil fuel, which should bring down the price as well for some of the classic vehicles. Because yeah, there's going to be a lot more electric cars. It's fine, it's dandy.
I'm fine with electric. I wouldn't mind getting one of those Teslas.
But there's still going to be people, and there's still going to be classic cars, and be whatever.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of the classic cars. Rednecks and their classic cars will never separate. And their big trucks.
But you don't every homeowner doesn't use fossil fuels for their home.
It's true.
You can literally bypass your power company real cheaply. Fuck.
I would like to do it. It'd be nice.
There should be really no reason why we can't do it.
I heard something like the new solar panels that they've made. They're like, the solar panels are so efficient at turning sunlight rays or whatever light energy into physical energy that we can use for electricity considered. They're so efficient at it that they actually are installing processors in it to reduce the amount of output that the actual solar panels are.
That's all bullshit. It's all fucking.
Well, I mean, it's another scam. Plus they jack up the prices. I mean, it's all recycled materials, but yet to cover your house, like an average house, 3-bedroom house, to cover a roof, you're looking at about like $40,000, $60,000 to cover that. It shouldn't be that much. It's all recycled plastics and recycled aluminum, metals, and stuff like that.
You don't need to cover your whole roof just for solar power, and I wouldn't even use. If it was me, I wouldn't even use solar power. I would take the fucking alternators, get that setup going, and solar power just be I don't even think I would use it.
Noticeable power.
Going for number 5. We'll edit this.
Oh man.
Can you pause it on the video?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and act like these things are working.
Yeah, because they really do. They're fucking great. Do I like going down south to Fort Lauderdale? I don't know. I fucking hate the traffic there. It's bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. It's horrible.
Yep.
I don't judge people like that, but to go down to Fort Lauderdale area, Miami, I hate it. I hate the traffic. I hate the nonsense. People are rude.
Non-stop road rage.
It is.
Non-stop. As soon as you get on the interstate. But
I wouldn't consider it overpopulation, but if you're talking about, hey, you know, the inflow of immigrants, you know, that's being worked on. As long as you just don't get any more. Stop you right there. You want to talk about this? I saw this the other day, and I didn't know what the fuck it was at first. And then I do research on shit all the time when I see something, or when somebody talks about something I know. I saw this motherfucking teenager. I don't give a fuck, guy. Let's say it.
fucking teenager.
Say and bitch and complain about their nuclear. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
They're nuclear. What do you mean?
Okay, so I looked it up. They're being programmed so deeply with the shit they're seeing on their phone, they're seeing on their fucking, what do you call it?
Smartphones in their faces all day.
Yeah.
Misuse of the
6
internet.
drinks in.
Captain Mark.
Dude, what's the word? Social media. What? So they're being programmed so much, and just like the government's trying to do, it's not even really the government, deep state, the elite, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and they're programming bullshit. So they're being programmed so bad. When this kid said something about their nuclear, what it meant was they're talking about one of their parents or their parents.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's not what nuclear means.
That's not what our understanding of nuclear means, okay?
The scientific understanding of nuclear.
But you gotta understand what they're trying to do, what they're trying to do with the homosexuality, the fucking LGBT shit, the fucking transgender shit. They're trying to break up what is called and what they're labeling as the nuclear family. So these kids, they're talking about as their parents as their nuclear. And it's like, what the fuck? And you obviously
the
don't
terminology
know.
behind that.
It's what they're being programmed to. And I didn't understand what the fuck this kid was talking about first. So I kind of like Googled it real quick and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Where are you at? Oh, like a job site?
I was on a job site somewhere.
Yeah, he was crazy shit.
And this kid was bitching about their nuclear. And I'm like,
so he was,
fuck.
by saying that, he meant his family, or that person
One of
meant
their
family.
parental units.
Parental units.
Because you know they're trying to get the kid, break up the nuclear family.
Yeah.
Which is what they're labeling, is break up the regular family. They don't want you to call girls, boys, fucking mothers and fathers and any of that shit. So the kids are picking up this crap and calling their parents their nuclear. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Shit's fucking ridiculous.
That just sounds retarded.
It's fucking ignorant.
Like, what are they comparing it to? Like nuclear energy, or
what are the kids comparing it to? They're not comparing it to anything. They're comparing it to the gibberish that's being shoved into their fucking ear.
When I hear nuclear, I'm thinking you're talking about actually splitting an actual nucleus of an atom.
That's what you're talking about. These kids
and
are
releasing the nuclear energy.
Down, taught retarded shit.
But I don't even see how that compares to it.
You and I don't.
In any metaphorical way whatsoever, to calling your parents, instead of saying, hey parents, my nuclear family. It's like saying they're a bunch of mutants that were...
That's the shit they're being taught, dude.
It's crazy.
No. I would never fucking say it. You would never say it. You got a mother, father, sister, brother, fucking sibling, whatever, aunt, uncle. You're fucking nuclear. Kiss my fucking ass, dude.
It's like calling your parents a submarine.
Me off.
Oh, my submarines.
But this is the programming that they go through. They're fucking succeeding in what they're trying to do.
It's true.
These fucking kids are stupid as fuck.
They're only getting dumber and dumber.
You hear me slurping my drink? That means I'm getting nice and toasty.
Drinking and talking about current events and bullshit.
But I've heard and watched stuff about them trying to teach the kids, no more mother, father, no more all this shit. And it was literally a week and a half ago I heard this kid say it, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I looked it up.
No, I mean, I can't say it for certain, but I heard like a rumor that they were teaching it in schools. I don't even know if it's anywhere in our areas, but they were teaching kids that it's like okay in school to be homosexual and not reproduce.
Yes, that's what they're trying
Kind
to
of
do.
deal. It's like,
And from stuff I've watched and seen and
what's the point educating somebody if you're going to tell them we don't want you to reproduce?
well,
It doesn't make any sense.
The point is they're not educating them.
Yeah, they're just continuously getting dumber and dumber.
That's what they want. They want them to be stupid. They want them
Dumb
to
and
fucking
oblivious
fail.
to everything that's going on.
You know, these kids are going to really get through school. And it's not school. It's fucking programming. It's to fill their agenda, and it's insane. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of started to pick up on that when I was in high school. I noticed that everything was about test scores. Like, the teachers didn't care about how much you actually learned. It was all about how many students got to a certain percentage on the final test to make the teacher look good.
Right.
And I kind of had a problem with
And it's
that.
not just to make the teacher look good, but what it's really is to make the school system look good.
Exactly. If the teacher looks good, then the school looks good for teaching the kids. And then so on and so forth.
So then you get this other side of it too. And the other side is, well, these kids aren't learning anything. They're gonna make. I can't say they're gonna make the test easier, but they're just gonna skate on some of these kids. And I'll give you an example. Teenager I know just failed one of her classes. So okay, she failed one of her classes. Go to summer school. Summer school was 4 fucking days long. How is that a class, bro?
He failed a 6-month course. How do you make up a 6-month course in 4 hours?
I don't know. That's what it was. I was blown away. I was like, 4 days? That can't be right. Checked into it. Yep, 4 days. 4 days
crazy.
for a course.
So it's actually easier not to pay attention all year than just deal with a 4-day course. 4
Correct.
day or 4 hour?
Correct. 4 day.
4
days. 4
Yeah.
days. Monday through Thursday. You're correct. They're not teaching you anything. Not teaching you anything.
It's true.
And I think back to when I was in high school. I'm gonna say, we've had this conversation before, over half of what I learned in high school was fucking a lie. And I'm not talking about geography, I'm talking about history, everything.
What's the biggest thing in history that they taught you?
What, the biggest thing, or mostly everything?
The biggest thing that stuck with you that was like a clicking point for what you were taught history-wise in school, and that was a lie. Kind of like the tipping point that made you switch over.
You're talking about history. It's not been until recently that I'm actually, over the last few months that I'm researching history.
And realizing that you're taught incorrectly kind of deal?
The history wasn't a tipping thing. In English.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I get it for nowadays, like, the kids nowadays coming out of high school, they don't understand how to communicate with another human.
No,
sitting
because
in
their
front of
head's so fucking far shoved up their fucking phone.
they're used to that technology phase where they can choose to, as soon as a conversation starts to like get stressful levels kind of deal, they can just refuse to respond and then just turn their phone off or ignore messages coming in and stuff like
Correct,
that.
but we'll move on to that subject another. From what I'm understanding from these kids, and I got plenty of friends with kids in school and whatnot. Most of their tests are fucking open book.
Right? And nowadays they get to use their cell phones. There's no like rules
They do.
to keep
They do. They get to use their cell phones for a lot of shit.
But don't get me wrong, when I was in high school,
You're not teaching these kids anything.
they had rules with cell phones when I was in high school. Like, you couldn't pull your cell phone out, you couldn't be caught on your cell phone during class time and stuff like that. But nowadays, kids use the rule like, oh, this is my only form of communication with my parents, so I'm not losing that, and you're gonna have to eat a big fat one, pretty much. And the teachers have just become so weak, they allow it.
Yeah, well, fuck that, because that shouldn't be the way it is. You
Exactly.
should be able to use your phone in school. You should be able to get it through a whole day with, of school without talking to your parents. Okay? It should be like that. I mean, I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone in high school. I had a fucking pager. What's the fucking pager? Nothing.
Nowadays, it's nothing. Back then, it was fucking the shit.
Well, yeah.
Somebody was able to contact you, and you knew you needed to call somebody.
But you ain't gonna run to a phone up in the office during school.
They were patient.
But here, guess what? Guess what? All your fucking friends were in school with you.
Correct.
You don't need that shit.
We were communicating with people.
And your parents, guess what? I look back at it now like that should have been like a welcome time between the shitty hours you had to spend at school just to be away from your parents, not have to deal with them.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, no chores while you're at school. You have to hang out with your friends.
Whatever.
I mean, you can choose to learn back in the day or choose to ignore everything and still pass the classes pretty much.
Yeah, my senior year, I spent a lot of time working.
Yep.
So they did the old turn in your stuff. Too many episodes. Okay, fine, whatever.
What was your first job?
First job?
First one. While you were in high school.
Washing dishes. Got fired from that.
I was working at my stepdad's sandwich shop. Twinkies. Did that for a little while, and then 12th grade. That was like 11th, and then I started working in the grocery store. That was a stock boy. I fucking hated that shit. Just felt like a dead-end job, going nowhere.
Well, my second job after that was actually working at a local supermarket stocking shelves.
That's what I did.
I didn't mind that. That was fun.
I didn't like the night work, night jobs. Doing that sucked ass.
What do you mean, like the second shift in the evening?
No, third shift. Coming at
stocking.
Coming at like 10, 11 o'clock. You literally pull everything off the trucks.
That's receiving.
And then
that's not stocking.
I take that product that comes off pallets and I literally organize it and put it on the shelves.
Yeah.
Stocking.
Yeah. So you go from the stocking, which
receiving
is
and stocking comes the third shift.
Start the stocking, then you go to the third shift. You start doing the receiving, and then when you're done unloading the damn trucks and you're beat ass tired, then you go in and stock some shelves for a little while. Yeah. And then after that, I got moved to the seafood department, or not seafood, the meat department. After the meat department, that's when I quit and moved on. The meat department sucks.
I got upgraded to the frozen food department, and I was doing that for a while. And that was fucking awesome because you get to deal with refrigerated areas and stuff like that. And then I went to the dairy department, and I just was like, yeah, I'm done with this grocery store life nonsense.
I went from there because by then I was already out of school. Actually, while I was doing that, I was working at a fast food place.
Domino's?
No, it's not fast food.
I know you worked at Domino's. After high school, I worked at Domino's.
To say where we worked at?
I think.
Fuck it, I worked at a Crystal's.
Fuck it.
That was,
I already said the names.
That was a great job because while you're standing there on the line making these burgers, they're just small enough. You're like, oh.
I was gonna say, did you ever slip and go? I would have
slipped and go. All the time, bro. All the time. You just shove them in and yeah.
Oh man, those mini burgers.
Fresh as can be, bro. Yeah.
Plus, if you're making them, you know you're making them right. You actually have an appreciation for the food you created.
So those were the two jobs I was working at. I worked Crystals in either during the day or in the afternoon, and then I work at a grocery store doing receiving overnight.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the grocery store, I think that's when I started working at Domino's. That was
a great job.
It was fun while it lasted. I'll give it that.
I'm actually still pissed that I got fired, bro. I worked there for like 4 years.
You got fired?
Yeah.
I quit.
No.
Well, actually,
I loved it.
I'm going to go ahead and correct that. I didn't quit. It was a horrible storm scenario where tornadoes were in the area. And
yeah, you told me that story.
My mother didn't want me working because I was still living with her at the time, and she had controlling interest in my decision making. So
well, technically,
pretty much told my boss to give me the fat when I can't work because there's tornadoes.
Doing storm situations down here like hurricanes, it was a volunteer scenario if you had to work.
That's not bad. They have an option. Like if you were scheduled, you had to be.
I won't specifically say what area we live in, but when I was working there during hurricanes, buku money, lots of money, and on top of that,
leave their house.
On top of that, you would take extra pizzas with you because you're damn right when you pull up the fucking place and these people next door see it and they're like, oh no shit, you're delivering pizza right now? No one else is open. Oh, I got these right here.
I got some cheese and pepperonis.
it was great. But No, I think I was been there like 4 years. And on New Year's Day came around, and we were told you're not allowed to call out on New Year's Day.
You called out?
No, man. I showed up for like 2 hours late. 2 hours late. I had no problems there ever before.
Yeah.
Ever. Nothing.
They fired you 2 hours late?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
man.
pissed, dude, because I really loved it. I made good money. I loved the job.
I didn't make too good money. See, when I started working there, I had I think it was my second car, which was a 2001 Lexus IS300. So it's kind of a little sports car. I got a little super motor under the hood, and I'm delivering pizzas in a Lexus. Whenever I pull up to somebody's house, they'd be like, "Oh, I should be a pizza guy. Looks like you're doing pretty good for yourself."
And then tip you shitty.
And then they wouldn't tip me. Like, they would pay the straight price of the
Can't
pizza.
do that.
And you're only getting paid $5. When I was there, it was $5.15 an hour. And then you get to keep all of your tips minus $1 per run. Trying to do it.
So you didn't get the settlement from them then, huh?
No. You got a settlement?
Yeah.
Would they give you that $1 per delivery?
I don't know. Somebody sued them. I don't know the whatever the fuck really happened. Somebody sued them. I guess they were a driver, and the company hadn't been paying the drivers the right price. Which I really don't know the details. All I know is 6 months after being fired, somebody sued them, and then they started issuing out checks to drivers for the compensation of the pay, what it should have been, to what it was supposed to be over like a 2-year period.
What was the hourly rate when you were working there?
I don't remember.
I remember mine was garbage.
I believe it was like $5.35 or $5.65.
Man, you're getting more than me. Back then.
and the pay I got on it was literally like $2,400. I was like, okay, great, awesome. But I really liked that job. I really liked working for him.
Yeah, it was really easy. It was really easy.
I drove a Toyota Camry, which, no water, no oil, no gas. That bitch kept going. But it was an 88. You're talking about 20 years later. That's 20 years later, but whatever.
And then miles on it.
Then delivered on a Civic. Dude, it paid good money. And it was fun. People were fun.
It's true.
I didn't drive a Lexus. I drove a Honda Civic. And on top of being a Honda Civic, I painted the camouflage. When I painted the camouflage, I'm not going to lie to you, my tips went up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
Like, hell yeah, look at that thing. That thing's bad as fuck.
Yeah, people loved it.
But best tip I ever got, there was one I got a high paying tip. I delivered to a college basketball team before they were both leaving. They ordered I want to say 15 pizzas. Filled up the pat.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
But they ordered 10 pizzas or something like that. I delivered to the college and handed it onto the bus before they left to go to the basketball game. And it was $150 something order of pizzas or whatever. It was all basic.
Oh, so basically they paid, if that was that much, then they paid full price for every pizza.
Yes. And then they paid full price for every pizza. They got pepperoni and cheese pizzas, a whole bunch of them. But it's $150 for the shit. Then I tipped you $80 fucking dollars. When I got back to the shop, the manager was like, "Oh, you don't get all that money, right?" And I was just like,
"What money?
What are you talking about?" I was like, "Here's your $1 for delivering."
No. What money?
He was trying to trick me, but I wouldn't let him. That guy actually got fired. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but
how would he know how much money you got anyway? Because was it written on a check?
Well, the reason I got that job is because one of my friends worked there. And when I got back to the shop after that delivery, I walked up to my buddy, which the buddy Will, I guess I can say his first name.
Did they write you a check?
No, it was a cash tip.
Oh, well, now you fucking eat it.
Exactly.
Sideways.
But what happened was I told my buddy when I got back to the shop how much money I made on the run. I was like, I just got an $80 tip for delivering that pizza. And he's like, what? That's crazy. And then it spread around the shop, and then the manager kind of caught on to it, and he pulled me off to the side at the end of the night, and he's like, so how much did you get for that run, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, you're only entitled to this much of it, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah, shit. I was like, maybe the other guys here didn't read the fine print of my contract, but I was like, my fine print says that you guys get $1 per delivery, and then I get the rest.
I would have laughed in his face. I would have laughed in his face and walked
away. Well, I argued. a cocky little son of a bitch back then. I sat in his face and argued for a little bit.
But just to be a complete dick, which I kind of am, I would have leaned over to him and like, I lied to everybody else. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Should have done something like that. But yeah. I mean,
I love that job.
it wasn't bad. I had some fun times there.
I would like to quit my job where I bust my ass right now.
I never thought I'd be proud of my box folding skills.
Oh, did you have the races? Did you have the box folding races?
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, we had the box folding races.
One day the manager gave me shit, dude. I started fucking folding boxes. I filled up the back room to where he couldn't open the door without knocking me out. Like, I'm talking like they had like 15-foot ceilings in their back room. Like, it was like a warehouse kind of deal. As soon as you open the back room. And I stacked them to the ceiling. Like, I kept on like adding them, lifting up, having somebody add it to the stack, and then stack that stack on top of it. Yo, to the ceiling, about 5 feet away from the door, like probably about a couple hundred boxes at least.
Yeah, you get those slow days, and the manager comes over. It's like everybody's got to fold up on all the boxes, and then you guys are back there just fucking off, and then you start having the races. Yeah, we had those. That's just fun as shit.
Everybody gets competitive.
Then you get fingers get all dry and shit at the end of the day from the cardboard. Oh yeah, like all right, stop folding boxes. What do you mean? We're out of boxes now, bro. We're out of bundles. They're all folded.
What kind of phone do you have? Are you rocking an iPhone?
No.
No? That was your last one?
Fuck iPhones.
Yeah. I just was talking to a coworker the other day, and they noticed that their iPhones are starting to slow down on the service.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking that it might be because of that new 5G is about to come out. They're starting to cut back the restriction on 4G.
I don't really think that kind of shit has anything. I know what you're talking about. I don't think it has anything to do with the 5G coming out. I think it has the fact of they give you a certain amount of time, and I can give you whatever, but I upgraded my daughter's iPhone to the newer iPhone, and as soon as I did that, about 2 weeks later, I started having major issues with my iPhone. Like, they wanted me to upgrade my other iPhone too. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I think there's a thing coming out because 5G is going to be released soon.
Let me finish this. I would not take the update. I would not take the update on the software. And then they kept sending me stuff after I upgraded her phone. No. And then all of a sudden, my fucking iPhone, and yes, I'm saying this, my phone automatically took the update without my permission. And
I hate automatic updates.
As soon as it took that update, the phone didn't work. It wouldn't receive service or whatever. It took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks and me upgraded my phone out of iPhone to an Android for my service to work again. And I'm not going to tell you the company I got. It doesn't matter the company. It's iPhone.
Yeah.
It's iPhone playing their fucking games with you. I will never have an iPhone again.
It's like I've always said, whenever they create a new iPhone, they create the final product right off the bat, and then they reduce some of the features initially. Like, they create a final product, like, oh, this phone, it works great, it has everything, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to reduce some of the features, release it right now, call it the iPhone, for shits and giggles, say iPhone 7. And then, what is it, 6 months later, they released the iPhone 7 Plus or whatever. That has
all right, let me stop you right there.
So it's like
you're an Android guy. You're not. So to range like a 7 to a 7 Plus just means the size, okay? But yeah, like they came out.
But you know the S's, they were doing it with the S's, 4S, 4 and the 4S.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Kind of deal.
Plus the S.
Because like they created a perfected device, but then they removed some of the actual technology from the device to make it a little bit shittier, and then they release it immediately, and then they wait a couple months later, and they're just like, oh, here's the new iPhone 4S kind of deal. And everybody's just like, oh, I want the new iPhone, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I have to have the best.
It's bullshit.
But guess what? They haven't changed anything in the last couple models. They haven't changed anything.
I wouldn't know.
Except for the fucking fingerprint shit.
I'm still running an Samsung S4.
That's all I had for years.
Works great.
Years and years.
Still works brand new.
For horrible things about iPhone. And I was like, one time, a couple years ago, My daughter wanted an iPhone, and she's like, Dad, just get an iPhone. I'm like, okay, fine. Never do it again. Never fucking do it again.
It's true.
I'm not saying that Android or anything else or any other company's any better, but yeah, every other company's fucking better than iPhone. Fuck them. Apple.
But yeah. But what I'm getting at is
Apple
like
can eat a
I'm
fucking dick.
thinking that because this new 5G is about to be released towards the end of this year, I'm thinking that they're starting to kill 4G. Like, you notice you're not getting service as good in some areas.
What, 4G?
Specifically where I live, it's like where I normally operate, and I'm just gonna say in generalities, I get about 3 bars of service throughout my entire living space. And nowadays, I don't get service 3/4 of where I live. I have to go to a window and actually hold it to the window to get 4G.
All right.
To be able to like
Let's talk
text
about
you
that.
or something.
Let's talk about that because you live right down the road from me, honestly.
Exactly.
I have
That's
no
what
problem.
doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Now I can go to certain areas in the town we live in.
It will get full coverage.
No, I have no problems, and I'm right down the road from you. I have no problems where I'm at. Now I can go to certain areas of this town and it's dead coverage.
What are you using? I'm using Verizon. Just a second.
Sprint.
Sprint.
You're probably gonna have to edit that.
Okay.
You might.
Nah.
I don't know. Either way, you can go to some areas of Palm Bay, and it's that might be a problem between the carrier, which doesn't make sense because they all use the same fucking towers.
We're not promoting them. We're debating it and talking about a discussion about it. So I think we're covered. So
Talking shit about them too. Whatever. So there's parts of this town where you get dead coverage on Sprint.
correct.
So, fuck, what were we talking about?
Alcohol. But pretty much, we're talking about the 4G.
I don't have a problem with 4G, okay? I have a problem is when my shit switched to 3G and just nothing works.
Exactly, it won't even send a text message anymore.
Right.
Like even on my phone, that was 4G capable, mainly 3G when it came out.
So this is what's going to happen. This is my plan. When 5G comes out, I'm switching to a flip phone, and then I'm going and buying some of those expensive ass walkie-talkies that like go for 135 miles. Expensive. That's what I'm buying. Dude, that was my bed sheet, motherfucker.
No.
I'm just kidding, bro.
But anyways,
And I don't know, they probably don't go 135 miles for the walkie-talkies, but I'm going to go buy one of the most expensive walkie-talkies you can buy.
yeah, it's nice to have something like that. Just
I'm giving me one for me and one for my kid, and then I'm getting a flip phone. I'm not playing that fucking 5G game.
Yep, it wouldn't be nice. I mean, it would be really nice to have an actual FM or a radio band signal receiver where you could actually dial into multiple frequencies and run it through your house speakers kind of deal.
Yeah, what I'm fucking gonna do.
But yeah, it just irritates me because I feel like 5G is about to come out and it's like,
Hey, look, I noticed you got your little camera covered up too, like I told you to
yeah,
do.
fuck that, man. I don't fucking play that shit. I don't want no government watching me.
That's where my laptop is too.
Every person I've ever met that does programming and coding of any sorts that plays with computers
Cover your camera, bitch.
has a camera cover on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was,
You have to. And case in point.
I can't prove it, but hey, you know, I've heard rumors about them installing cameras in the inside of the TV screens behind the.
And even on my
pixels.
daughter's netbook, camera's covered up. See it?
Yeah. But I just feel like they're.
Did you watch that movie about what's his name?
What?
Snowden?
I didn't see that one.
Dude, you should watch it.
Is that the CIA one?
Dude, you should really watch it.
I'll put it in my. Is it on Netflix? I mean, I
It
don't
was.
really want to promote Netflix, but
It was.
I'll check it out.
But you can
It's on
also look up, there's lots of movies on YouTube. I watched number 23 on YouTube last night. No, I didn't. I watched it on the site. Never mind.
Is that the one that everybody's scared of, the number 23?
Dude. lots of things I've been watching and reading say, oh, watch number 23, blah, blah, blah. I watched it, it was stupid as fuck.
Is that the one with
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey? Yeah, I've seen that one.
It
goes crazy and it's really dark movie.
I didn't enjoy it.
Anybody that's scared of a number, I mean,
I can understand.
There's not a lot that can help you in this world.
I can understand where they're going with the number 23, but I think it was a little over the top. And no.
Well, it's just being scared of a number in general is hilarious to me because I mean we've created numbers.
It's not being scared of the number. It's getting demonized by the number. It's getting like, okay, well, this is Illuminati, this is the devil number. But they're literally taking all these crazy numbers and everything you got, making it 23. And maybe that's the way it is. I don't fucking know, but I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I don't like dark movies like that. It's just weird.
I think it was over dramatic was the thing for me. Like, I can watch certain stuff like, what I watched last week that someone told me to watch. Oh, The Boys from Brazil. It's about cloning. That is an older movie. I was reading some stuff and all about cloning.
You know, I would like to have a clone of my own.
No, you wouldn't.
But I don't like the idea of everybody having their own clones, kind of deal.
Nobody needs a clone. Okay, well, you need to research the shit they do with cloning. Okay? But yeah.
That's a whole other topic.
After you do this, but The Boys from Brazil was an older movie I had never seen. And it ended up being a good movie. It was fucking a great movie. It was.
What was it called?
The Boys from Brazil.
Boys from Brazil.
And yeah, it was about cloning. And it was about Hitler.
Alright, I'm gonna pause. Welcome back.
Alright, so this is the Unfiltered WJPE with Pat,
Patrick,
Joe,
and Joe.
Okay, so we started this thing already half in the bag. And we're going to edit this, or maybe we won't edit it. It doesn't matter. We're just going to be talking about everyday products. I mean, shit, products?
Topics.
I mean, but my Captain is a product, right?
Captain Morgan is a product.
And so is the Amstel Light.
Amstel Light.
We're not paid by these guys. This is just what the fuck we drink, so.
No money coming in yet.
We are going to be talking about everyday topics, and we'll probably jump in every couple days with something random, anything new that's happening. But our weekly show, which we're going to do once a week, it's going to be a hodgepodge of everything. We're going to start sober. Like tonight, this bottle was full, the handle, Captain. Yeah, we started way into this, and Patrick's 12-pack is kind of empty. There's 1.5 beers left on the table, so this is what we're going to do for you guys. Patrick and I, we both work for a commercial contractor. We're not YouTubers. We don't make our money off of this channel. We don't. I mean, if we get donations, if we get this, we get that, fine, whatever the fuck. But we work a full-time job. We work 60 hours a week.
55, 60.
Okay, 50, 60 hours a week, but we work a lot. We fix buildings. End of story. But what we're doing on here is airing out our issues, what we see in society, how we feel about what's going on in America.
Drinking and talking about things the way we would talk about it with each other and sharing it with you.
On the weekends.
On the weekends.
With some Amstel Light.
Captain
Morgan, whatever the fuck.
And more to come on that end.
This is where we're going to bring to our audience, and that's just who we are.
Bird up.
Bird up, Dick. Okay, cool. Yeah, word up. I'll bet word up, but.
So anyways, from our last segment, we had a nice time gap. We were about 3 deep each on that one.
Oh yeah, not only that, we didn't record a
totally
whole 45-minute segment.
I'll take the blame. We forgot to hit the record button for about 45 minutes of recording and drinking. Try not to happen again.
No, we can't have that kind of shit happen again. But if it happens, we'll just fucking repeat it. So,
we're always talking, so we'll get it out.
We're not going to do the like, subscribe bullshit, but we really want to hear everybody's comments, everybody's opinions.
Criticize us.
How we can make the show better. What you want to talk about. What the fuck we did wrong. Not that we're going to care. But this is what we're going to do.
It'll be read.
This is the Unfiltered WJPE.
The WJPE.
Unfiltered as fuck.
Unfiltered.
What?
I don't know. Fucking.
One whole video,
empty.
one whole show.
I'm hurting right now.
I know it's empty. Let's get rid of that. So,
shadow on the green screen.
let's see. Patrick wants to sit on that side. That's not my good side. This is my good side. So, what the fuck?
Oh man. So, anyways, what do you want to talk about?
We talk about whatever you want to talk about, but like we said, we want to hear what everybody else wants us to talk about, so we can do it in further episodes.
We're always looking for your guys' input. Now, off to continue.
I'm still not going to change
the remaining of this episode, at least, if we can manage to finish it out.
We're going to do it together. And just in case anybody didn't miss the other episode, I already broke a microphone.
Busted that shit.
Yeah, it's broken. But we're going to get by with what we got, so.
It's working.
When the donations do come, if they ever do come, whether we ask for them or not, I don't fucking know. I broke my microphone. Who gives a fuck? I have a big, fat voice. So, what are we talking about, Patrick?
Yep. Did you hear about, what do you think about all the AI advancements?
Oh, the artificial intelligence.
Yeah, let's go into that fucking rabbit hole. Make sure, yes, we are recording. We don't have anybody helping us, guys. Working on our own. So we're recording.
Okay, so we're going to get into AI, artificial intelligence. So basically,
as far as I've gotten, they've gotten it to where they can download somebody's consciousness in the University of California.
Correct, I've seen the same thing. You can supposedly download a consciousness to an AI, but
I hate to jump down to the other road, but how do you feel? I think that leads it's going to go towards like the whole Skynet Terminator thing.
Exactly, I was just going to say Terminator bullshit.
You can't have computers self-aware with a conscious that of humans.
I don't think it'll ever get that far.
From what I hear, like Japan, like I think there's one robot that lives out in society.
Sure, and they have sex robots too, supposedly.
Like, this thing has the power, if it figured it out, if a small child walked up and said, how do you fix, like, the problems of our planet? Like, what is the solution to our planet?
So you're saying the artificial intelligence...
It's automatically going to determine, because we created that artificial intelligence.
That people are the problem. I don't think it will ever get that far. I understand that the AI technology is amazing.
Yeah.
And that there are probably, from what I've read and seen, artificial intelligence and human-like robots interacting with us in different places of the world, but I don't think it'll ever get to the fucking Terminator point.
I don't know, because you gotta think about it. That thing starts actually thinking properly. I mean, and a child walks up to an asks a simple question like that, it's gonna start thinking about the source of the problem. It's natural. It's humans to.
It wouldn't take a child to ask it that.
I'm just saying, like as an example, even a child could ask that
Because
question.
if this AI was created to do what we think it's created to do, which we've had this conversation amongst ourselves, was artificial intelligence was created to be the downfall of man and for human depopulation. It's not going to take a child to ask it that. It's going to be
I was just giving that as an example. Like, even a child can ask the question.
Oh, okay. Well,
if you were given the opportunity to ask.
Let's not take the childlike approach to it.
Anybody could ask it. I mean, you just got to look at it like a super answering computer. Like, what question do you want to know in life the most?
How far do you think humanity is going to let that happen, like itself? Say,
humanity in general doesn't give shit for some reason nowadays.
But how far do you think humanity is going to let that happen? So you're going to say a private corporation or a government created this AI, correct?
Yeah.
So you don't think humanity, individual humans in different countries that are all about fixing the world, this and that, are not going to find a way to stop it? Can I take a taser gun and stop it? Can I take a high voltage taser gun and just stab that motherfucker in the neck and watch it flop on the ground?
Well, that's what I was saying. There's no laws yet to protect these things. Like, there's nothing to stop. I mean, hypothetically saying, walk up and blast one in the head, put it out of its commission, operation,
that's the thing.
power it off kind of deal.
So they're made out of whatever materials they are, and you blast in the head, and it just deflects off.
It's nothing more
right?
than shooting somebody's property. You're damaging somebody's property. You can get in trouble that way. I could see, but
it's not criminal, is it?
It
might be criminal, but it's not
it's
like
more
murder.
of a misdemeanor kind of deal. So
Fuck murder.
it's not human. Human
Correct.
is murder kind of deal. So I don't know. I don't like it. I mean,
nobody likes it, Patrick.
I could see some benefits from it long term, but
I don't see
it's going to
any
be
benefits
it's going to
of
be compromised kind of deal.
Remember
Like, if we ever wanted to go into like some kind of sleep stasis over a long period of time,
nobody wants to go into sleep stasis, Patrick.
Let's say
nobody wants to go into
Listen to
sleep
me.
stasis.
Let me talk.
How about we talk about going to McDonald's and having to fucking push? No. It's the same thing. You're talking about automated. So we gotta go to McDonald's for our fucking $1 dipshit fucking chicken sandwich, and we have to do our own work on their little fucking screen.
Yeah, that's just a result of them asking for too much money for this cheap.
What happens when we go into McDonald's and that screen's there? What do I do? What do I do, Patrick?
You have to touch it and fucking order your own food.
But what do I do?
What do you mean?
When we went to McDonald's last and they had those touchscreens, what did I do?
Demanded a human.
I screamed till someone fucking came out and helped me like a little bitch, didn't I?
Something like that.
Fuck that shit, dude. This AI bullshit, fuck it. We're gonna find a way to stop it. As human beings, I would love to say American. I'm American. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what country you're in. We're all American. If you're about freedom, you're about America. I said America.
The free America.
And it doesn't matter. It's not even about America. It's about humanity. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop that shit in its tracks.
It's true. Hopefully.
Fucking whether it's a shotgun, taser gun, railgun, who cares? There are plenty of fucking Americans, people around the world that have the fucking smart to stop this AI bullshit. I'm sorry, these sex robots? I don't want no fucking sex robot sucking my dick. Fuck that shit.
That's weird shit.
It's fucking gross.
It's like that movie.
It's fucking gross.
That movie Gamer. That dude that was working. I'm not gonna discriminate against fat people. I'm just saying the slimy. They displayed him as a slimy, greasy person.
Okay, you go ahead and tell them exactly the movie. Tell them, say it out loud. It's Gamer.
Gamer. The movie Gamer. And when they display that world called society, the virtual world,
right? And
they're able to link up, and I guess it's use their consciousness through a virtual reality bot kind of deal, and people are able to link up kind of deal and control those people and do whatever they can desire throughout that world kind of deal. And they show behind the main guy in the movie Gamer, Gerald Butler, or whatever character he plays.
Gerald Butler, yeah. Great actor.
His wife in the film was condoned to what seemed like forced slavery in the future kind of deal to that virtual reality.
And a sex
it was
ring,
like
right?
The only way that she could make money, like all of the other jobs, because her husband was in prison, made her forced to work to get paid.
And it worked by you mean
be
giving
one
up
of those,
her ass, right?
Correct. So that fat dude could control her physical body with his mind sitting in his living room kind of deal.
And these are movies. These are movies that they're showing us.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved the movie when I first saw it, but now I look back on it, it's just like,
oh,
wow,
it's a movie.
We're gonna be there soon,
and it's programming. It's all fucking programming. It's never gonna happen because it is humanity across the world that is gonna stop this shit. It doesn't matter if you have an invincible robot. You have millions and millions of awake people, and it's happening every day. That's gonna find a way to stop this shit.
Well, it's just nature. It's
right now
we're the top of the food chain. If we create something like that, we are no longer top of the food chain. They become top of the food chain, and they get to say what happens and what doesn't happen.
If you want to look at history, you want to look at biblical, or some people don't even believe in the Bible, but they believe in God, or they believe in the Quran. There's many different religions, and basically, well, I'm going to say basically, I'm not going to get into the whole thing. They all have a little piece of everything. They all have a little piece of reality. It's never going to happen. We are going to take down the AI. The AI is not going to fucking terminate us.
Yeah, I won't have any part of it.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Get through the chopper.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about this AI bullshit. You gotta be a fucking nasty, disgusting person to want that shit.
But I mean, what scares me is like things like people are figuring out now that they can download their Google profiles and this whole. I'm just gonna urge everybody to get the Alexa device out of their house. I mean, that thing just scares the living shit out of me.
What's the difference?
All it's doing is recording your behavioral habits to create an artificial version of you, kind of thing. And I mean,
what's the difference? You can't stop any of what they're doing as far as that's concerned.
Think about it. Like that system is created like the Google Assistant. You've heard of that, where you can say, "Hey, Google, make reservations at Carrabba's at 6:30 for however many your party's going to be." That number will call from a Google number using your voice that's documented.
Yeah, your voice automated.
Your voice
yes,
that's documented over the thing,
correct.
And make a phone call you never made
that's
using
correct.
your voice.
I saw that.
That's scary. I mean,
well, this is the way the world's going.
I mean,
so
probably gonna get in trouble for saying that, but whatever.
No, you're not getting in trouble saying that. It's like hundreds of people already said the same thing.
Unfiltered.
No, the unfiltered is.
But
fuck the government. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
There's no way somebody's going to pay us not to say something on our show.
Because probably like 4 or 5 shows in, I'm going to wear my Trump shirt because I voted for Trump. I don't give a fuck if you don't care or not.
I actually didn't vote, but I would have voted for Trump.
Are you fucking serious?
I didn't.
We had this fucking conversation.
And it was because my voter registration didn't come back in time.
Oh,
that was my fault.
Maybe you should change your fucking tags to the right state, dickhead.
Yeah, that would help, but
dude, really? That actually makes me upset with you, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm honest though. Like I said, if I
so you have elections.
I made the proper transactions to get my voter registration.
You have it now.
It didn't. Yes, I have it now.
Okay, because midterm elections are coming up, and there's things that we really do need to vote for.
Honestly, from what I've heard so far, which I haven't heard much, but I feel like Trump's going to get another 4 years.
I'm talking about midterms. We're not talking about a presidential election.
But they're starting to think of candidates for the next election already.
Okay. So, yeah, we love Trump. Make America great. Trump's doing an amazing job. He's a badass. He's a genius. That's fucking great. But did you see anything about the fact that he's hoping to fix everything so he doesn't have to be run again? Did you watch that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. He's talking.
What was that about?
He's trying to get everything in place to where he doesn't have to be president again. He's not. He doesn't make any money off this. He makes $1 or some shit, whatever.
Yeah, he's making way more money running the hotels and stuff like that.
He had to give up all his businesses to do what he's doing.
Correct.
He just wants this country to be great again, and he's like would be, from what I've seen, would be really happy to not have to be president again next term. I mean, he will if he has to, but
yeah. But from what I've heard so far, like they pulled up one lady that was part of the 2000 whatever election Barack Obama got into.
2020.
Alcohol. 2 years since I drank.
Fucking the pussy.
But whatever election from where Barack Obama came into play, there was a lady that was running for presidency that is now running for presidency again. Supposedly she got squashed super early in those election terms. But to me, it looks like they're just coming up with complete bullshit compared to what Trump can actually put out there. Because all they're doing is putting out a bunch of lies and stuff about him. I mean,
well, no, it's all lies. It's all whatever. I mean, I'll be honest.
He's the first president to ever stand in the actual Oval Office in the actual broadcasting room instead of fake news and point at a certain people.
Yeah, he's the first one to do the fake news. But
like you're bullshit. You're
Kennedy
lying
was
about
the first one to come out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna address this shit. I'm gonna bring it out to the American people," and he got murdered for it, dude. Kennedy. The rest of them are just fucking puppets. Fucking puppets.
That's the biggest thing. I just always felt like the whole House of Representatives, every person in that whole chair and everything, they've always should have had term limits. It feels like generational pass downs.
There should, just like there's term limits on the presidency, there should be
it's
term
like those
limits.
are the people that decide what happens in our country, and it's like they're supposed to be voted into those positions by the people of this country that don't have the time to make those decisions.
Yeah, but what we don't realize and what we don't know, and I can't even say for sure, is how many elections have been rigged. We already know that the election for Hillary was rigged, and
yeah, there's a bunch of
she stole it from dipshit Bernie, which is great. I mean,
yeah, Bernie was a crazy person. He's losing it nowadays. You seen that?
They're all crazy.
He's going crazy nowadays.
Fucking, yeah. But all that shit is rigged. I mean, and it's amazing, and it's a testimony that Trump, underdog, even in a rigged election, became president. That's testimony to how the American people want.
I just felt like he just always stayed true to what he said. I mean, he just stonewalls through all that bullshit and just fucking gets shit done.
But it's a testimony that even in a fixed and rigged election, Trump won the presidency, and you have countries around the world.
Fair and square, but cheaters.
Exactly.
The way I see it.
You have countries around the world because of this, and standing up for their rights, what they believe in, and standing up against the establishment in the EU. It's amazing. It's fucking great. It's amazing. I can't see him not running in 2020. That would be, in my opinion,
He's gonna run. He's got to. I mean,
he's got to. It's got to be more than
all this crappy competition keeps coming forward to it for the chair of who runs this country. He's gonna jump on board and say,
I mean, it also depends on how many criminals he takes down. How many criminals in the establishment he takes down in his first term. I don't think you could take down all the criminals in the establishment and the fucking deep state and everything else in one term.
I think. I mean,
I want to see these fuckers.
I feel like I hate even
Mm-hmm.
saying this, but the biggest influence in the misdirection of all these like protests and everything that's actually rebelling against Trump and stuff is all misdirection based off that guy George Soros. It's all funded from him. And I mean, I hate the label
He's a
him.
big financer. Yeah, he's financed pretty much every penny he's got.
I don't see anything but evil in that dude. Like, how is he still breathing? Like, how is Hillary
still breathing?
Right? I mean,
literally,
just
we're still having people show up dead all the time.
Any tampering with just alone the elections, not even going any further past into her history or anything else she's done.
Really, honestly,
that's treason.
I don't know if we can even say this in our first couple of videos of how are they still breathing, but geez, how are they not in Gitmo? How are they not fucking there? Because they're treasonous and they're traitors and they're going against our country. That's what Guantanamo Bay is. It's treason people. Okay?
Exactly.
So, Bill, Hillary, fucking the rest of them should be sucking a cock meat sandwich over there. Cock meat sandwich and fuck Guantanamo Bay. I don't give a fuck.
Big Bob.
I mean, you could say you want them taken out of the picture, but whatever. I'd rather see them fucking sucking a cock. I mean, Bill might like it, but they should all be in Guantanamo Bay. And I have a good feeling a lot of them are going to be. I don't know what's that word called.
Corrupted?
Yeah, corruption's one, but they're being blackmailed.
Oh yeah, that's
threatened,
crazy.
This and that. You know, not all of them are bad people. A lot of them are being blackmailed, threatened, and whatever.
That's what happens when the lies stack up. If there wasn't a constant truth with all the civilians of the United States between the government and the actual civilians, you know, things like that would have never happened.
Yeah. Trump's fixing it all.
He's trying to.
He's not trying. He's succeeding.
Oh yeah, he's cleaning house, cleaning them all out. He's coming after the ones who deserve it, but we stand by him. So far, be the first ones to call him out if he fucks up, but he's not going to.
People have already called him out for fucking up, and guess what? They were wrong. You got fucking dipshit Alex Jones calling him out on multiple occasions after he stood up for him so many times and promoted him and said this and that. They called him out a couple times. I guess that motherfucker was wrong. Wrong. Had to fucking eat his dick.
Still stands by him from what I've seen, though.
Yeah, but he's called him out a couple times, and this is what he had to do. He had to fucking eat his shit and say, hey, I was wrong. Major world we live in, and this is our first show, so Unfiltered WJPE, Joe, Pat.
Joe and Pat.
We'll see you next week.
Unfiltered WJPE. One video a week.
We'll get to the point where it's in this bottle on air, and that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, I haven't drank in 2 years, so I'm lightweight, sticking with beer for now. But then I'll be switching to the fun stuff and adapting.
So we gotta leave you with something, so I'm just gonna say America, motherfuckers.
America, motherfuckers. Y'all have a good day.